What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as theta to BTC. We will also be following up with the coin market cap and then discussing two articles. We have the article on cheppycap.com, and it basically is talking about that Litecoin is up 183% in 2019 and what is pushing the price up. Huge, interesting news. And then we also have an article to look at discussing Entrepreneur Spotlight. It's on a website called 70 Days of Business, and it's an article about the channel. So pretty awesome all in all. Definitely make sure to check that out. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if any of that sounds interesting, and I'll see you right in a second. So guys, right now I'm on the current coin market cap, and as you guys can see, out of the top 10 cryptocurrencies, you can notice that majority of them are up and in green. Looking at the market cap, it's at 137.6 billion, 24-hour volume is 29.7, and then a Bitcoin dominance is 50.7%. So this is pretty awesome. So in terms of the Bitcoin dominance, Bitcoin is staying fairly regular and fairly same. And then we can see that 24-hour volume is 29.7 billion, which is also interesting because that is an indication that we are seeing a slight increase in volume compared to yesterday, but market cap is 137, which is a significant increase compared to yesterday, up about $6 billion. And you can see majority of the market is up in green and doing very, very well. Out of the top 10 coins, only two seem to be down and in the red, but really not down by much. We have Binance Coin only down by 0.01%, which is really no change at all, and then Tether down 0.14%. But otherwise, the really big focal point that I really want to discuss is the fact that Litecoin is now number 4. Well, it's been number 4, but it is now $59, this close to breaking $60, and I really want to jump in and discuss why exactly we are where we are and if we're going to go up higher. So taking note, out of these top 10 cryptocurrencies, it's very interesting. Litecoin's volume is definitely very high. I mean, we've seen it at a $2 billion volume, but 1.78 is definitely very high up, and it is definitely setting some sort of gap in between EOS to Litecoin, because these are very, very, very close, and at one point Litecoin was below that for those of you who are new to the channel. So we are making definitely some leeway and some headway between EOS and Litecoin. Furthermore, guys, jumping into today's episode, before we do the articles, if you guys are new to the channel or haven't yet subscribed or signed up for the ABRA exchange, it's a huge promotion. It's the second link in the description. It's basically an exchange for cryptocurrencies. They're doing a giveaway for new subscribers or new people who sign up. Basically, if you deposit $5 into their app using a US bank account, they will reward you with $25 of free Bitcoin. It is that simple. We've had now over 120 people do this and take advantage of it and go claim their $25. So it does help support the channel, so I would greatly appreciate it if you guys did check that out and signed up. All you got to do is deposit $5 and they will send you $25 of free Bitcoin. Otherwise, jumping into the article for discussion. So I want to first start off with why Litecoin is up 183%, and then follow up with the article about the episode today, or about the channel. So Litecoin up 183% in 2019. What is pushing this price up? So as you guys know, or should know, or will know, Litecoin halving is set for August of 2019. So Litecoin operates much like Bitcoin, as we know, and will also be performing a reward halving. Unlike Bitcoin and halving, the halving is set for August 2019, while Bitcoin's is set for next May of 2020. The Litecoin halving we'll see the mining reward per block cut down from 25 Litecoins to 12.5 Litecoins. In the past, reward halvings have caused the token price to increase before the halving occurs. In the months leading up to the 2015 Litecoin halving, the coin rose over 700%. Litecoin is currently in the same trend since January, so this is absolutely huge, and we're going to see whether or not we can continue leading up to, I believe it is May, if we're going to break bullish, or continue the 700%. We're already up 160. So we'll see if we can continue that. So Litecoin has also proven itself as a real digital asset over the past few years. The project was founded, as you know, by Charlie Lee in 2013, and makes it one of the oldest projects that are still, really relevant to the market and the industry. And then we also see that Litecoin's community is really taking advantage of, the time that we're in and really promoting it. Hopefully you guys are aware that I am a part of the Litecoin Foundation, so we really strive to push retail adoption. It's a little bit harder harder to do now that I'm here at college for my business marketing degree, so it's kind of hard to do both. But when I go home for the summer, which is literally in a month or two, I will be dedicating a lot of time to really pushing mass crypto Litecoin adoption. And I know a lot of my buddies who are part of the East Coast Foundation too will help with that as well. I have a bunch of interesting content for you guys that will come out later on. But otherwise, jumping into the article and then the technical analysis. So I wanted to show you guys an article my friend here at college was able to write up about the Crypto TV channel. He is awesome in terms of what he can, write up, and he did make I believe it is a blog. That's the word I was looking for. He made a blog on a website, and basically he posts about influential, entrepreneurial types of material, how to be your own, business. So basically he wrote Entrepreneur Spotlight. There will be a link in the description. Definitely give him some love and check it out. Skim through it. I'm not going to read the whole thing off, but there's definitely a bunch of key things to check out because I do talk a lot about how exactly I started this channel, where I am today, where I want to be, how I was, where I started 2 years ago. So there's a lot of juicy information, and it would do him a solid if you guys, there's no advertisements or whatever, just go check it out, click on his page, and he'll see that, you guys viewed it. But it says, you can see Crypto TV right here, our logo, and it says, hey, 70-day crew, outside of writing about getting started with different online revenue streams, I want to give you all another perspective on different entrepreneur startups and what their journey looked like. For our first spotlight, I got the chance to interview Hayden, that is I, from Crypto TV. He is a friend of mine and has been exceeding in fulfilling the entrepreneurial lifestyle. This is what we covered in the interview. So we discuss a brief overview of the business and who I am, and then we discuss how did I get started, what steps were taken to get started, how does my online business create revenue, money, what does the average day of my life look like? Biggest mistakes when I started my business, and then 5 tips to help the next entrepreneur. So if any of that sounds interesting, it will be linked in the description. Very easy to find. Check that out. Share, give them some love. But otherwise, I do want to just jump into the technical analysis aspect of today's episode. So what's really juicy and what's awesome to look at is the fact that Litecoin is now almost $60. We currently tested, I believe, a high of like 58 and change, 58.50, 58.60. But otherwise, we looking very nice. It was anticipated that we were going to pull back, as we discussed yesterday. We discussed that we could see an incremental increase in the price due to the fact that we were testing support right here. I said if we do play the bearish role, we will most likely pull down to support at $51, but we are stuck in this ascending triangle. Now, there was a couple of comments that I saw that indicated or said that ascending triangles and bearish. It's a bearish signal. Who knows? My personal opinion is an ascending triangle means we're going up for right now. We'll see what happens when we get to the top, but we're definitely moving up. Resistance is up here, and I think the highest we could potentially go is $61. Yes, I think it is awesome that Litecoin's price is shooting up at a very, very, very high rate and moving to $61 and breaking that $60, but there's a couple of things we got to pay attention to. $61 is a resistance level. It's also overbought or nearing overbought if indeed we do get to 60. So if we climb up to here on the daily, we will be an overbought coin. And I believe that's not just for the daily, that will also be for the 4-hour. You can see the 4-hour, we're seeing that stagnation in the price level right now, and we're kind of staying flat, and it's the first candlestick in 12 hours to pull back down. It's mainly because we were testing that overbought line. So it's very tough, but I do think we are going to head to $60 very soon. If we test that today, I think a pullback to $51 is definitely necessary. It is 100% possible we could blast into overbought markets, but I wouldn't FOMO buy in, truthfully. Moving focus now to Bitcoin. This is what my main focus is the fact that Bitcoin looks a lot better than Litecoin does in terms of its relative strength indicator and where it is in terms of its daily. So Litecoin on its daily is above its high-low MMA. It is nearing overbought, and it is testing resistance at the top. While Bitcoin is below its high-low MMA, it is nowhere near testing resistance. It's only at 57 and change. And we're starting to increase up. We're also below that high-low MMA, like I discussed. Now, there is a downtrend that we are facing currently. This is probably the most volume Bitcoin has gotten in many days. So it's nice to see. Will this continue to carry us out? I'm truly looking for a break in this yellow band and then pulling up to $4,000 flat. If we manage to break $4,000 and get above the downtrend and get in between the green and red high-low minimum moving average, the green and red bands, that will be huge for Bitcoin on its daily, mainly because we have yet to break this yellow line, and I know there's 3, so I'm going to make this a little bit easier for you guys. Let's make this light blue. We need to break this light blue line because we have yet to break it in 1.5 years. Now, that's huge. That's a long freaking time for this coin. So if we do manage to break through that, there should be enough volume to push us very, very high, easily to $4,400. But conservatively, which I like to approach, in between $4,000 and $4,100. That would be definitely a good price point. We'll break through, get in between these channels, trade out sideways because we will be overbought by the time we hit that red band. And then if we can trade in between the green and red band sideways for the next 2 or 3 weeks, it will gradually lower the price of the RS relative strength indicator back down to around a neutral level 50, and then that will give us enough potential to break even higher for you guys. But we're definitely coming very, very close, guys. The wait is almost over. We're starting to see what is going on. You know, Litecoin at $58, it has not been $58 in a very long time, even though March 9th, we were actually $58, but it did not hold there. I do think we're going to hold and close today at around $58, $59, but we will see. Otherwise, shifting our focus to Ethereum. Ethereum also looking very nice. You can see exactly what it's doing. All it is really working out is the fact that it is bouncing off of its support. There's a channel that Ethereum seems to be in. We have a bottom support at around 130 and a support at the top at around 140, basically where its high-low minimum moving average is. The red band and the green band is right here. What I really would like to see is us break, like I said, similar to Bitcoin, back into here, trade in here, and hopefully break above and use the red band as a support. But what I'm really looking at is we're just consolidating. We're just stabilizing, trading sideways, evening out all of our RSIs, and then when the time is right, we should see a major injection of volume into the market, especially Ethereum as well, and that should drive this price up very high. An easy conservative movement of 145, moderately 160, and then potentially higher. But with this amount of consolidation, I'm definitely anticipating a move to above 145 easy. But it's very interesting. You know, I hate to talk about, you know, sideways trading. I like talking about when we're seeing a lot of, you know, volatility, but sideways movement means we're leading up to that. We're charging ourselves up. Lastly, to discuss Theta with you guys. Very, very interesting. What I'm starting to notice with Theta out of coins we don't really review is Theta is very, very volatile. It does have, you know, some, you know, candlesticks that are very flatlined, which we can see back here at the end of December of 2018. But just recently, in between this channel here, we're having very, you know, rapid wicks on our candlesticks. You can see the past couple of days, we've seen massive, you know, wicks right here. All of these are just massively flying, but you'll notice that they're all kind of the candle itself consolidating out, trading flatline. Yes, we do see a lot of movement in the price throughout the day, but we do close the day at around the same level. And I do think this might continue. You can see the volume is slowly starting to dip down, and we're probably going to play it out until we hit this blue uptrend and then continue the price upwards. I think we're going to use this as a support and climb it back upwards, because when we first started talking about Theta, we were extremely overbought, or we were just overbought. And you can see now that we're coming back down, we're now at a level of neutrality. We're at 50 on the RSI, which is beautiful in terms of being able to move much higher. So truthfully, another couple of days to the 23rd, which is only about 5, 6, 8 days, a little over a week of sideways movement, will give us enough potential with the RSI staying where it is to climb up higher and eventually break this previous resistance, you know, level up at top. But otherwise, guys, that's going to sum up today's episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. I will be doing my BitFi review very, very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. It'll be released this weekend. Otherwise, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.